This is the media performance system that Craig Roach has designed for our show. And as you can see, it's really, it's a very sophisticated program that synchronizes 5 projectors and Logic Audio running over on a MacBook Pro. We have the scene here with marker numbers, just in a typical musical score, marker numbers, the SMPTE times, and then you have the floor projection, you have 2 overhead projectors, a handheld projector, audio cues, and lighting cues, all programmable in this Excel spreadsheet. And so it's really easy to just pull up the master copy and put in the cues. So as you can see here, we've got the pre-show, places where the performers would enter and get ready for the show, and then this is the first actual scene. So when I hit that, it just comes right up, and you can see, I don't know if you can see this, but Logic Audio is also queuing up as I click through the score, and then I just hit the play button, and boom, it starts to play exactly in sync. And so not only is it easy to program, but it's also easy we have several assistants and interns who are actually running the show and running rehearsal, and it's very simple for anyone, no matter how sophisticated their experience is, to be able to come in and be able to just follow through. When you're rehearsing a production such as this, you often have to, run a scene over and over and over again. So we just say, okay, let's take it to scene 7A. Just click on that row of the spreadsheet, and the video and the music are all queued up. And then when we're ready to go, we just hit the play button, and boom, we're off and running. Now, over here, in this column right here, this is what we call our collection sheet, and this is all the video material, and we're still adding a lot more. But this is video material that can be previewed and then added in. So we have, and we have lots of different kinds of video clips. We have noise, we have what we call elements and mats and TV imagery. There's a lot of appropriated cable news footage in the production. We're going to have jitter effects. These are live jitter effects that are not based on rendered video. And then different colors. Right now we just have black and white, but we'll have several colors that we can just throw up on a screen very easily. And then this is, of course, all the clips right here. And then we can go in and we can decide, which projector we want that clipped to show. We can loop it. There are all sorts of things that we can do with each of the clips in order to incorporate it into the work. Craig and I worked on this together. We designed it together, but he has written most of the back end of this patch is written in JavaScript. And so, and that is in order to achieve maximum efficiency. One of the things that he did that's really interesting is he created what we call the resource manager. And what that does is that whenever any videos are loaded in, it just loads in those particular clips. Because when you're running lots of clips, you run out of memory, and you're really taxing the computer's CPU. So he's got this resource manager that allocates memory as we're loading and playing and then reloading clips. And that makes it possible to run high definition. The image that you see over here is a 1920 by 1080 high definition image that runs on that projects on a large screen, and then the floor video is 720. It's 720p, and 2 overheads are also 720p, and then we have a handheld projector that's 480p. So, and this is running on 2 computers. So we have this computer that you see right here is the master computer, and it's running the main projector and the handheld. The other computer is running the 2 overhead projectors and the floor. So we have an additional video card in that computer, and its name is, by the way, Arthur Rimbaud, appropriately. And that computer is running 3 different projectors. So anyone who has used jitter knows that it's not easy to get high resolution with a complex patch. But that's why Craig has created the resource manager so that we can have a very complex patch that's doing all sorts of fade-ins and fade-outs and without running out of memory. I wanted to mention one other thing about the spreadsheet is that notice that right here that we have this matte image that comes in on the scrims, and then there's the number 04. And what that means is that there's a 4-second fade-in. And then in the next row here, you see that it goes to black. You're actually looking at the main video, but on this particular projector, this video clip would take 4 seconds to fade in, and then it would go immediately to black at this point in time right here. So some of the clips can, for example, this clip here fades out in 5 seconds as it goes to black. And so it's very easy for us to control exactly how we want to do this in very precise time. And again, the beauty of it is that over here, where we have logic running, we've got the logic transport that gives us musical time and SMPTE time superimposed. So we always know where we are musically. If we want to put a video clip at a particular beat or measure in musical time, then we can just put that in, and we know where we are because we've got logic's transport giving us the musical time over here. So that was a very important aspect of this idea of bringing together musical time and video time and enabling a composer, such as myself, to be able to compose video in musical time. That was really one of the key things that I was interested in designing the system.